Hello everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel. In this video, we will discuss about international relations. We will cover meaning, definition, nature, scope, and factors of international relations. Meaning of international relations. The term international relations was first used by Jeremy Bentham in the 18th century, although its Latin equivalent, inter gentes, was used a century earlier by Richard Zusch. International relations literally refer to the interrelationships of the states. There is no state in the world today that is completely self-sufficient or isolated from others. Each state is directly or indirectly dependent on the other. International relations as a separate academic discipline emerged at the beginning of the 20th century, basically after First World War. The Decree on Peace of the Soviet Union in 1917 and the 14-point principles of U.S. President Woodrow Wilson in 1918 are known as important documents in international relations. The first university chair that formally established in the discipline was the Woodrow Wilson Chair of International Politics at the University College of Wales in 1991. International relations are the study and practice of political relationships among the world's nations, especially their governments. International relations mean interactions between non-governmental groups such as multinational corporations or international organizations such as the United Nations. Definition of international relations. Some scholars have given the definition of international relations. Scholars are N. Carter, Trevor Taylor, Hans Morgenthau, and Charles Schleicher. Nature of international relations. The nature of international relations has been changing, and the points are as follows. First is no single definitions. International relations have no single definition. Unfortunately, till date, no universally accepted definitions of international relations have been coined because of its continuous changing nature. Second is concerns with global issues. International relations deals with key issues which concerns public global interest. Third is nations as primary actors of international relations. Politics is a process of interactions among groups, and international politics is primarily a process of interactions among nations. Nation-states are the key actors, but along with the several non-states, transnational and supranational groups, these groups also play an important role in international relations. Fourth is national interest as the objective. National interest is the objective that each nation attempts to secure in relation with other nations. It is the process by which each nation tries to safeguard and secure its interest in conditions of conflict with other nations. Fifth is conflicts as the conditions of international politics. National interest of various nations are neither fully compatible nor fully incompatible. As such, conflicts and cooperation as well as coercion and persuasion are always present in international relations. Sixth is power as the means. Power in the context of international relations is conceptualized as national power. In conditions of conflict, each nation attempts to secure the goals of its national interest. The means for securing these goals and power. That is why each nation is continuously engaged in the process of acquiring, maintaining, increasing and using power. Seventh is power as the means as well as the end in international politics. In international politics, power is both the means as well as the end. Nations always use power for securing the goal of their national interest. Each nation always works for maintaining and increasing its national power. Eighth is interaction among foreign policy. Since international environment is very complex and dynamic, and each nation has to act in conditions characterized by conflict, cooperation, competition, war, tensions and uncertainties. The relations among nations mostly take the form of interactions among the foreign policies of the nations. Scope of international relations. The scope of international relations, which are as follows. First is nation-states and their relations. International relations is primarily a study of national states and their relations. In fact, the study of international relations begins with the state system. Second is non-state actors. The importance of non-state actors in the study of international relations has been increasing. Non-state actors such as multinational corporations, non-governmental organization, terrorist organization, religious movement, international organization, etc., considerable shape the nature of international relations. Third is power. The concept of power is one of the most troublesome in the field of international relations. It is an important concept in this discipline. Mogenthu's famous statement is, "International politics is a struggle for power." Fourth is war and peace. The study of international relation is a study of war and peace. Conflicts of interest and struggle for supremacy quite often lead to wars among nations. Wars are generally followed by some kind of settlement and peace activities. Hence, international relations is a study of both war and peace. Fifth is foreign policies of major powers. International relations is a study of foreign policies of major powers such as the US, China, Russia, Japan and India. These powers are major actors in world politics. Sixth is ideologies. Ideologies become an important determinant of national policies. Thus, for the purpose of understanding the nature of international relations between the states, the ideologies issues are taken into account. And seventh is international political economy. International political economy is a key area of international studies. It is the study of international relations with the help of economic activities and analysis, along with political and security issues. The study of international relations is frequently analyzed today with the help of economic views. Factors of international relations. There are certain factors which are responsible for determination of the foreign policy of a country in relation to other states. These are as follows. First is geographic factor. The location of a state, its climate and size are factors which influence its foreign policy in relation to other states. If the geographical position of a country is sound, and its climate is healthy, if it is rich in foodstuffs and raw materials, it must follow an independent foreign policy. Thus, the geographical position and historical developments are determining factors of foreign policy of a country. Second is economic factor. The chief elements of such economic factors are self-sufficiency and capacity to provide food, raiment and shelters to its population. A. Self-sufficient. A state may be purely agrarian. It may be rich in its raw materials and foodstuffs but lack in minerals resources. Such states cannot be industrially advanced. Again, a state may be rich in mineral resources, hence it may be an industrially advanced state. There is third category of states which may be styled as the balanced states. These are capable of producing enough food for their population and establishing industries out of the resources within their factories. B. Capacity to provide needs. Population alone cannot make a country strong if it goes on increasing population day by day without a corresponding increase in production. The case of India is such an example. If a country does not control its population corresponding to its production, it must look for some other territories to accommodate its increased expansionist policies. Third is demographic factor. The demographic factor includes size of the population and the ethnic circumstances. A. Large population. A nation becomes great and powerful if it has both a growing large population and efficient industrial production. B. Ethnic composition. Countries having a single race or nationality have no internal problems to solve. These are free to pursue an independent foreign policy. On the other hand, the countries which have various races or nationalities are bound to face numerous internal problems. Fourth is strategic factor. A. Secured frontiers. The military strategy of a country is an important factor determining the foreign policy. It is closely connected with the national security. If a country has effective protective natural barriers, it seldom worries about its security. B. Distance. Distance is another factor influencing the foreign affairs of a country. Countries which are isolated from the disturbed areas of the world due to distance remain unaffected by these disturbances. Fifth is military factor. The military factor very much determines the foreign relations of a country. It has been considered from various aspects, for example, size of the armed forces, quality and morale of army men, quantity and variety of weapons and equipments which determine the foreign relations also. Sixth is historical, psychological, sociological factors. If a country has a bold history, and its people are ready to sacrifice their blood for their motherland, its morale always remain high. No country can pursue an independent foreign policy if the morale of its people is not high and their national character is not strong. And seventh is organizational and administrative factors. A government which has a strong support from its people lasts long. It is able to deal with the foreign affairs peacefully. Thus, general support of the government and the efficient administration are very important factors for the formulation of sound foreign policy. Thank you for watching this video. To connect with us, join our Telegram group or Instagram. Link in description. Please subscribe, like and share my YouTube channel.